We believe the most beautiful design is the kind that tells a story and saves the planet. Today, we're diving deep into the stunning aesthetic of a fairy tale garden, proving that sustainability can be utterly soulful. This slideshow is packed with inspiration, showing you how to capture that rich, rustic character using nothing but recycled materials. From the weathered patina of old metal to the cozy texture of reclaimed wood. Get ready to discover how to layer history, charm, and eco-consciousness into every single corner of your outdoor space. Nothing whispers fairy tale quite like delicate, unexpected plantings. This section captures the charm of using chipped teacups, cracked saucers, and mismatched porcelain as tiny containers for succulents, moss, or miniature flowers. The beauty here is in the imperfection. The crack in a favorite cup becomes an opportunity for drainage, and a stack of antique plates transforms into a whimsical pedestal for a fern. We showcase how to group these pieces on a rustic metal tray or weathered wooden crate to create an instant, portable vignette bursting with nostalgic charm. It's a sustainable way to inject color and a delightful sense of surprise into small corners of the garden, proving that the smallest treasures can hold the biggest beauty. Reclaimed pallet wood is the ultimate budget-friendly material for achieving that rugged, rustic garden look. Instead of buying expensive fencing, we look at inventive ways to dismantle and repurpose old pallets into charming, low garden gates or decorative border fences. The raw, weathered wood instantly adds texture and a farmhouse feel, creating a cozy boundary without hiding the garden's inner secrets. We demonstrate how to use simple distressing techniques, like a light gray wash or a quick sanding, to emphasize the wood's natural age. The result is a simple, eco-friendly architectural element that frames your fairy tale garden perfectly and costs next to nothing. wooden window frame, stripped of its glass, is an incredibly versatile piece of garden decor. This segment showcases how to use these frames to add vertical interest and a hint of cottage structure to a plain wall or shed. A large frame can be painted in a cheerful vintage color and hung to create a charming focal point. Or you can attach simple chicken wire to the openings to form a beautiful trellis for climbing vines like clematis or morning glory. It creates the illusion of a window into the garden, offering depth and a touch of architectural history to your outdoor room. Embrace the beauty of rust. In a rustic garden, metal items with a deep, natural patina aren't junk, they're treasures. This section focuses on using rusty found objects, like old gears, chains, hinges, or forgotten lengths of pipe, as sculptural, textural accents. We show how to strategically place a piece of oxidized metal against soft, green foliage or alongside pale stone to create a stunning contrast. This practice is all about respecting the passage of time. The metal tells a story of weather and industry, anchoring your whimsical garden with an honest, earthy weight that manufactured decor can't replicate. A winding gravel path is the quintessential element of a fairy tale garden, inviting visitors to wander and explore. The trick to keeping this project affordable is in the edging. This segment illustrates using recycled materials, like salvaged bricks, broken concrete chunks, called urbanite, or even tightly packed river stones foraged from a local source, to define the path's borders. The irregular, time-worn nature of the recycled edging complements the rustic aesthetic perfectly. This smart material choice not only keeps the gravel neat but also adds an immediate sense of age and permanence to the pathway, making it feel like it's been there for 100 years. Give new purpose to old hand tools found at a thrift shop or salvage yard. This section focuses on the clever transformation of items like vintage spoons, forks, or even small trowels into personalized, charming garden markers. Imagine a tiny spoon with a flower variety stamped onto the bowl, tucked next to a newly planted herb. Beyond labeling, we show how to bend old metal tools into whimsical, unexpected sculptures. A tiny pair of rusted shears stuck artfully in a flower pot, or an old wrench used as a hook for a hanging lantern. It's a playful nod to gardening history that adds character and humor to your beds. No fairytale garden is complete without a magical evening glow. Mason jars are the perfect, universally available recycled container for creating soft, atmospheric lighting. This section showcases easy DIY projects to transform plain jars into enchanting lanterns. By simply dropping in inexpensive, battery-operated fairy lights or mounting a small solar light mechanism into the lid, you create instant, portable beacons. We demonstrate how to hang them from tree branches with recycled wire or cluster them on a patio table. The flickering light spilling through the vintage glass creates an ethereal ambience, summoning the feeling of pure outdoor magic after sundown. An old wooden ladder, especially one with a worn, paint-splattered finish, is a rustic decorator's dream. When tipped on its side and used as tiered shelving, it instantly becomes a vertical display that maximizes space and draws the eye upward. This segment focuses on using the ladder for vertical container gardening, perfect for showcasing a collection of vintage pots filled with aromatic herbs or a grouping of small, colorful succulents. The vertical stacking adds architectural flair and is ideal for small patios or balconies, creating an impactful feature that looks great while keeping your greenery accessible. A vintage ornate birdcage evokes an immediate sense of storybook romance. When repurposed, it can become a stunning focal point. We show elegant ideas for turning a used cage into either a captivating centerpiece or a unique planter. For planting, simply line the bottom with moss and fill it with colorful annuals or a cascading vine that trails out the bars. Alternatively, hang it empty with a single candle or a small fairy figurine inside. The delicate wire structure and antique finish add a light, airy, and undeniably whimsical touch to any outdoor seating area. Every fairy tale garden needs an element of fantasy, and a tiny, handmade fairy door is the ultimate touch of magic. This segment focuses on crafting these miniature portals using small scraps of reclaimed wood, broken ceramic pieces for windows, and tiny pebbles for door handles. We show how to stain the wood to look old and weathered before tucking the finished door into the base of a tree trunk, a large boulder, or a garden wall. It's a charming, budget-friendly project that sparks the imagination of every visitor, young and old, and truly cements the fairy tale theme. Large metal vessels from the past, like old milk cans or oversized watering cans, make incredible, statement-making focal planters. This section highlights how to use their size and rustic shape to anchor a corner of the garden. We show examples of them standing alone as sculptural elements or overflowing with dramatic, colorful planting. Think tall grasses or trailing geraniums. The naturally distressed metal and classic shape add instant height and a touch of classic farmhouse Americana to your garden, making them a powerful, effortless piece of vintage decor. Don't let broken hardscaping go to waste. This idea embraces a truly trash-to-treasure approach by using fractured pieces of old concrete, urbanite, or broken pavers to create rugged, organic-looking garden bed edging. We show how the jagged edges and varied sizes, when laid thoughtfully, can mimic the look of natural stone or dry stacked rubble. This not only keeps your soil contained but adds an immediate sense of age and raw texture to your beds, perfectly fitting the rustic, found object aesthetic without the cost of new materials. For a truly unique and charming border, especially along a vegetable patch or cottage garden bed, consider using recycled glass wine or soda bottles. This segment showcases the delightful sparkling effect of inverting cleaned bottles neck first into the soil, creating a shimmering, colorful boundary. We show different color combinations of glass that catch the light beautifully. This technique is simple, uses up waste, and adds a playful, distinctly folk art touch to your garden design, reminiscent of old-world homesteading. Metal containers are abundant and easy to find, making them ideal recycled planters. This section focuses on transforming everyday tin cans, old paint tins, and small buckets into rustic hanging displays. The key is in the finish, a quick distressing technique, perhaps a coat of chalk paint with a light sand, or simply allowing them to develop a light layer of rust, elevates them from junk to chic. Hung from a simple tree branch or porch railing, these lightweight, low-cost containers bring life to vertical spaces with trailing flowers or bright herbs. Every fairy tale garden needs a comfortable spot for dreaming. This final segment centers on finding an old wooden bench or chair at a thrift store and transforming it into a cozy reading nook. We show how to lightly sand and seal a bench to protect it from the elements. Then personalize it with vintage-style cushions made from repurposed fabric. By positioning the bench under a shady tree and flanking it with some of the recycled planters and lanterns shown previously, you create an inviting private retreat that is the heart of your magical, rustic garden. As we take our final stroll through these dreamy spaces, remember that the heart of a fairy tale garden isn't its flawless symmetry, but its unique soul. By choosing recycled finds and embracing the rustic vintage aesthetic, you're doing more than just decorating. You're cultivating a space that honors history and champions sustainability. We hope this gallery has sparked ideas for your own retreat, reminding you that with a little imagination and a willingness to look at junk as treasure, your most enchanting garden is just waiting to be built.